What's going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here with another speed guide. We'll call it part two. Just a quick follow up with some more examples as well here. But yeah, I did get a few questions over Discord and through YouTube as well, so I kind of wanted to address it again here, and hopefully it brings some more clarity because yeah, it is a very important concept to the game. This concept is pretty much the rationale and the reasoning for why characters are faster. And I always feel like, yeah, it is definitely an important concept because, yeah, the whole point of the game is to take your turns and to be faster than the other guy. So, anyways, recap here from last time. The speed bar or turn meter, we don't really see it, but it's a hidden progress bar and it usually goes from 0 to 1,000. And when it's full, well, that means you take a turn. And if you are facing a team that does have two of the same speeds, they will also usually do a coin flip. And speed stat usually ranges as well from 80 to 155. Each tick adds speed to the speed bar, and speed up gives you 50%, and slow gives you that minus 50% reduction. So I feel like that is pretty much the basics at the core. And yeah, we'll go through an example here so you guys can kind of see here. I think examples are usually the best way to show people how we do, examples are always a good way to help assist with the learning. Sorry. So the example I'll use here, and actually I can't take the credit for it because somebody else actually asked me in the comments about it. I'm sorry, I forgot your name, but Nightcrawler and Scientist Supreme. So two characters, and as you guys can see here, they do have like on spawn abilities. So Nightcrawler gets the speed up when he spawns, and of course, as you see there, Scientist Supreme also gets her bar filled up by about 50%. So one has speed up, and the other has a bar. And again, both with different speeds. We see that when Nightcrawler, after everything is done with in terms of his speed, he goes actually from 120 to 160, and Scientist Supreme's speed actually stays the exact same, despite the fact that half her bar is filled. So that's just kind of the basics there. And yeah, so right now I would say yeah, Nightcrawler is a lot faster because especially with the speed up, right? But don't count Scientist Supreme out just yet. The blue bar is basically, we'll just assume that's like our bar to 1,000. And so when you take the 1,000, you divide it by the speed. It's going to take Nightcrawler about 6.25 ticks to make it to his first turn. And of course as well, if you look at Scientist Supreme, it's going to take her about 8.47 or 8.5 ticks for one turn. But do remember, half her bar does get filled up. So what that means is we actually have to take the 1,000 and divide by half because she's already at 50% when she spawns. So now, if you look at it, now it takes her, it takes her 4 point whatever, and she makes it actually to the first turn as well. So what that means is she'll get to her first turn before Nightcrawler does, and that's it on paper. I don't really know if I've tested yet in game yet, but that is kind of the speed mechanics in a nutshell with a quick example there. And hopefully that makes sense. Now, let's talk about speed bar gains now. So we did talk about it last time, but as well, speed bar gains are basically abilities that give you that speed bar, right? So much like the way that that Scientist Supreme had her bar filled, we have Kahori, we have Howard. Those are both characters, and actually we'll go into some examples here because, like I said, the examples I feel like do help with the learning. So I do like Cosmic Crucible because Cosmic Crucible and War are kind of one of those game modes that always test these mechanics out. And I think the best example here is the fact that we will use the Star Jammers. Specifically with Howard, he gets 15% of that bar filled up for his team and his allies, plus an extra 5% per ally. And usually he's with 4 Star Jammers. So that comes out to that 35% that you saw earlier. And now do keep in mind, he has another additional passive where he actually blocks the speed bar from being filled up before his first turn, and he also blocks the speed as well. So he blocks speed bar if there's 4 or more. And then, of course, he can also... the speed of enemies can only be... they can only impacted, without the positive effects there. I think I kind of butchered it, but basically he blocks speed bar and speed. which is really cool because a lot of people don't realize that's what makes the Starjammers such a good team. And we'll go into some gameplay here so you can see that against a Mephisto team that has speed and against Night Stalkers that also builds up their speed. This is an example of how the Starjammers will take this team down. And of course, we have the room buff as well, allowing Storm to be part of that Starjammers. So then she's able to basically stun. She's able to stun first, and actually her base speed's higher than Rocket, so that's the reason why I had her here. And on top of that, when she does her opening move, she actually lands the slow as well, which brings everybody back down. But hopefully that makes sense. Now let's go into one where we have speed bar filling now. So that was a good example of us blocking speed and speed bar. Now let's use an example like the Kahori case, where Kahori gets her speed bar filled up twice before anybody else, and this is assuming that they can't cancel her speed bar, her speed bar manipulation essentially, right? So then Blastar does his thing, and then he also gains the speed bar because I do have his Awakened basic as well, and as you guys can see here, then we get into Daemon, and Daemon's gonna do what he does best, and that's double tapping people. So I don't know if you guys need to watch the rest of this, but I think that shows an example there. So in teams like this where they don't have any abilities to stop the speed bar, this is where teams like Kahori and teams like they would that's still speed bar. Speed stat now is kind of what we already talked about in terms of the Night Stalkers and with Mephisto as well, where that speed stat's being increased. And as well, I think the most commonly speed stat known team is the Fantastic Four because of Franklin Richards, because he allows that ability to increase the speed stats when there is 3 or more, or is it 2 or more? 2 or more Fantastic Four here. And we will demonstrate that here. We'll run the Fantastic Four against the team that actually blocks speed stat. So for those of you guys know, the Magneto here is a great example of this case here because of the fact that Magneto Phoenix Force has the ability in Crucible to basically stop speed bar, and he also makes it so that his allies' speeds can't be decreased as well, which is awesome actually. But what it does kind of lack here is the fact that you can still get speed up, I believe. Let me see here. Speed of allies can only be decreased, and maybe I was wrong. Yes, enemies cannot gain speed up. Okay, so never mind. Sorry, my mistake. So he stops speed bar and he stops speed up as well, which is actually pretty crucial, like I said, for Cosmic Crucible, because there is always that speed manipulation factor, and he plays a key part. I've been enjoying using him on the New Mutant teams, and he's been a great counter. So this is one reason why I really like this character's kit. And hopefully, if you guys don't have him unlocked, hopefully you guys get him soon when he does come back. Now, do keep in mind, his natural speed is 129 here as well. So what that means is in Cosmic Crucible, if he's blocking speed bar and speed up, that means the only way you can basically plow through this monster of a character is you need characters that are faster than them. And it's just in this case here, and we'll use Fantastic Four because they are such a great example, is Franklin's speed is 131. So despite all the speed bar progression and all that other stuff, he's able to take the first turn and he's able to ult because he is faster than everybody else. He's going to be able to apply the silence on everyone. That's going to take out Gambit. And then, of course, Invisible Woman is also very fast. So she's going to throw the ult, and that's going to take care of the trash. And luckily for us as well, that Magneto wasn't too big. So Quasar is going to do his thing. And, that's kind of it there. So the last example I'll leave you guys with is the Phoenix Force one, where we are going Phoenix Force against Phoenix Force. But, of course, because of the coin flip, we want to guarantee that we take the first turn. So, of course, Emma Frost is there to help with the minus 10% speed, I believe. We also bring in Songbird because she's faster than everybody else. So, again, this is where when speed is matched with speed, you aim with characters that are faster than that base speed. And, of course, we're able to get our Magneto in first, throw the ult, so that way his Magneto loses the alt energy. Although I think in this case it really doesn't matter if he uses the alt or the special, because I think whoever's faster, you can kind of win. So it really doesn't matter in this case. and I'm still trying to tweak around the teams and stuff. But anyways, so just so you guys see here that yeah, we do. I believe eventually we win because of the fact that we just have better separation of teams, and of course the computer plays it stupid, or the game plays it stupid. But anyways, so again, just recall, speed stat and speed bar are two different concepts, and some characters may have one impacting the other, or they might not be impacting them at all. Just like in this case with Howard, he's able to impact both speed bar and speed stat. In the case with Professor Xavier, he also stops speed bar, but he doesn't necessarily stop the speed stat. So, what that means is, if you guys are unsure, I mean, just check the game files, check the kits, if you always look for counters. And remember, base speed is also important. Certain characters are faster than the others, and even when speed bar and speed stat are impacted, it comes down to the character's base speed, and that's why there's a lot of crazy good counters, especially with Daemon being one of the fastest characters in the game. He's able to do it. He's able to just wreck through a lot of teams that cancel both speed bar and speed stat, and I think that's it. Hopefully that helps you guys out. I don't know if it made it more confusing or if it made it less, but hopefully the examples did help in this case, and hopefully you guys were able to learn at least something out of it. Otherwise, guys, always a pleasure. Always a good time. I thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.